being a public servant had its pros and cons. The package is great, but they make you pay for your own Christmas dues. Let me ask you, where's the Christmas spirit in that? Mind you, the job security was good. It was pretty much impossible for me to get fired. Worst I could face was what they called redeployment. Basically, they action you into oblivion, shuffle you around like a lost joker in the deck. Before you know it, you end up with a desk in the basement, feeling more useless and empty than you'd ever intended. Not that I was in danger of it. I worked hard. But boy, some of those idiots. Oh, I almost felt sorry for HR. Yes, it was a pretty comfortable existence, which is what made it so hard for me to leave, even though deep down I was sick of it. Yeah, it wasn't for me. Not in the long term, anyway. Oh, don't get me wrong. I didn't hate my job. You know how sometimes you get that nagging feeling in your guts? A sort of nagging feeling that tells you something's not right, something doesn't fit, something's missing. That there's something else, even though you have no idea what that something else is. But it's enough to make you look for it. Alright, maybe you haven't. But I've always had that feeling with my job. And I guess, in a way, I've always had that feeling with Jane. Although when you're married to somebody, it's not as simple as that. There's a lot riding on the whole thing. No matter how compatible or incompatible you are, once you've spent time with a person, you get attached to them in more ways than you realize. It can sneak up on you. And that can also be quite a comfortable feeling in a stoned kind of way. I had a fling with a girl from the floor above at the Christmas party. I'm pretty sure she knows. Did she say anything? Of course not. Why? Because she's sleeping with her boss. Did I say anything? Of course not. Why? You see how it all works? In any case, the familiarity can give you the illusion that things are under control. On top of that, you've both forgotten how to be alone. The prospect of separation is far too scary to contemplate, so you reckon that staying together is a pretty good thing, as it seems like you have a handle on things. Or so it seems. Which is good enough for the time being. And then one day it just clicks. Not that you've had some sort of spiritual enlightenment or anything like that. It's more like you've finally managed to see something in those magic eye pictures. The view has always been there. You've been looking at it all this time. You're just starting to make sense of what you're seeing, that's all. At first you're a bit dumbstruck. Then you think, how have I been getting around in the first place? I must have been crawling about like one of those mole rats, just feeling my way, hoping to end up in the right chamber for dinner. Then, just when you think you've got it all sussed, you realise there's actually more to it. You just have to change your position a bit and everything can look a whole lot different. Surprisingly different. And then you know that you just have to do something about it. So that's what I did. I quit my job and I told Jane I wanted a divorce. Trust me, neither was easy, and to be honest, I'm still not completely sure if it was the right thing to do. It was just an overwhelming urge, that's all. There's no refund, there's no guarantee, and there's certainly no exchange for something of the same or lower value. Jane was less surprised than my boss. In fact, she didn't take it too badly. Okay, she kicked me out of the house. But I kind of expected that. I would have done the same. But really, we both knew that day would come. It's just that neither of us wanted to be the first to say it. We'd both grown comfortable and scared, and too comfortable and scared to admit it. But you know, I think that day did something for both of us. I'm still not sure what exactly. All I know is that after that we just didn't feel like fighting anymore. I was no longer blaming her, and she was no longer blaming me for anything. It almost felt comfortable again. Ah, Janie. She always does this. She'd just stick a tea bag in there and forget about the whole thing. Leaving my job was easy enough. Everyone in my team thought I was some sort of hero. We went out and they all bought me drinks. Apparently, they'd all thought about finding another job, it's just that nobody dared do it. And you know what? A week later I get a call from management offering me a pay rise to go back. Can you believe that? Today, I'm here to sign the papers.